I have calluses on my ass. There's no easy way to get into a subject like this, so let's just get into it. Of all the things that I've experienced in the last 4 months since getting stage 4, well, since learning that I officially had stage 4 cancer, the effects have been a little longer than that. But anyway, of all the effects of having an advanced stage of cancer, getting calluses on my ass was not one that I foresaw. Kind of like last year when I was traveling and, I almost drowned while doing a walking challenge trying to walk 100 kilometers in 24 hours. Never in a million years would I have considered drowning as a possibility. Same thing for this. When I found out that I had stage 4 cancer, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There's a lot of crappy things that are going to come with this. Never in a million years did I consider calluses on my ass being one of those things. But I guess it just comes with the territory. And no, I'm not the one whining, that's the dog. Wow. Okay. At least I don't sound like that. At least I hope not. I think he wants to go outside. Yeah, there's a lot of things we want to do in life that we can't do. Anyway, back to the calluses on my ass. This is such a weird video. Anyway, so yeah, of all the things, it's like, okay, losing weight, losing my appetite, all the things that have happened, well, losing my ass too, which eventually led to this. I guess it all kind of links together. Getting stage 4 cancer. Oh, losing weight. Oh, losing my appetite. Oh, losing my ass. Oh, having no more fat or muscle in my ass, so now it hurts to sit down. And now I have calluses on my ass. It's kind of like if you work outside in the garden, kneeling and stuff like that a lot, you kind of develop calluses on your knees. Well, it's kind of like that, but on my ass instead. I didn't think that was possible, but apparently it is. And it's one of the downsides of, well, of cancer, obviously, but it's also one of the downsides of working seating, like being seated all day as I work. And the thing is, I'm not, strong enough to be standing up all day, so it's like a standing desk wouldn't work either. Wow. So yeah, and especially I made it worse yesterday, because yesterday was Friday. And at the end of the day, I'm like, it's Friday. No one's going to answer. I don't feel like doing any more calls. I don't have that many more prospects, like new prospects that I need to call. So let's just do an hour of prospecting to end the day. So I started doing research. And the thing is, I do a lot of prospecting on Facebook. And the strategy is, just search for a specific topic and select the pages and then select an area. So it's like, all right, I'm going to do, in this case, it was construction in Montreal. And of course, I knew there'd be a lot, and I wasn't expecting it to be that great because, there's a lot of other salesmen, and Montreal is the biggest city in Quebec and one of the biggest cities in the country. So it makes sense that a lot of people would target it. But I'm like, you know what? I did a few of the other big ones, might as well do this one too. So I was just expecting to do it and like not get a lot and eventually be like, all right, this is not worth it. Let's give up. Do that for maybe an hour, maybe get a couple of prospects, see what happens. But it turns out that as I went down the list, there were actually quite a lot of prospects that weren't already in the system. So I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty good. So I'll keep going. And when I do this, I keep going down and down and down because Facebook just keeps auto-loading more pages until you get to the end of the pages for your search target. And of course, construction companies in Montreal, there's a lot of them, both past and present, because it's all the construction pages, including the ones that aren't active anymore, the fake ones and all that. So there's a lot. And it took a long time. And I kept going and going and going and going. It's like, yeah, okay, it's way past 5. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's keep going and going. Okay, it's way past 6 and keep going and going. And I'm like, okay, I started at 8:30 this morning. My ass really hurts. I'm exhausted. My eyes feel like they're going to fall out. The problem is with Facebook, because everything auto loads, you can't order anything. So if I stop now and I come back, I'll have no idea, no way of knowing which pages I checked and which ones I didn't. So when I start, I have to finish. So I just kept going and going, and eventually I noticed like, okay, I'll have a lot of prospects. The most that I got, I think, like in a day was around 60 or something like that. I heard during training, he mentioned at some point people doing a challenge of like, let's try to get 100 prospects in a day. So I'm like, okay, cool. let's shoot for that. Or the end of the list, whichever one comes first. That just kept going and going and going and going. And around like 7 o'clock, so 3 hours of prospecting, I was nearing 100. I'm like, all right, cool. So let's just keep going. It doesn't look like the list is going to end anytime soon, so I'll give up once I'm at 100. But then I get to 100, and I'm like, well, what if someone else did 100? What if 100 is the record? Let's just do 101, just to be safe. So I ended up doing 101. Well, actually, technically more, because sometimes when people don't have the phone number on their Facebook page, I send them a message asking like, What's your phone number?" And a few of them sent to me their phone number after. So it's possible that I got around like 102, 103, 104 prospects, something like that. I don't know, but over 104. But anyway, all that to say that I was sitting pretty much nonstop from 8 a.m. to 7:15 about p.m. So what is that, like almost 11 hours? And my ass just has no padding anymore, no fat, no muscle, nothing. And already sitting all day is not great, but yesterday doing that was not the best idea. And now it's like my ass literally hurts. It's not like, oh, it's uncomfortable sitting down. It hurts when I sit down. It's like now it just hurts. Like I legit have calluses on my ass. Like not scab yet, but getting to that point. So that's just one of the other fantastic things about having cancer that you don't expect. At least it's not bed sores, but I feel like it would be very similar. I have ass sores. It's pretty funny. And yeah, tomorrow is going to be the 4 month anniversary of me learning that I have cancer. So I'm going to record a video, kind of give you an update on everything on that front. I just wanted to record a video today because I find that it's important to share this journey. The raw truth of it, not share it after of like, oh, I got stage 4 cancer. There was like no medical cure and no one ever survived stage 4 and I found a way to survive. I'm the first one ever to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Very inspiring story. It's like, yeah, okay, that's nice. But I find that sharing it in the moment as you go along, the ups and the downs and the good things and the bad things, and let's face it, there's a lot of bad things about having stage 4 cancer. And that's why I'm doing this. Because I believe it's very important to share. I believe that in a society nowadays, people just aren't as open as they should be. They're always afraid of other people's judgments, always afraid of, I don't know, so many things. Like fill in the blank. People are afraid of so many things. I'm just like, I don't want to live that kind of life, especially when you're in a situation like I am, where it's like, every time there's a new season, it's like, well, this could be my last fall. This could be my last winter, my last spring, my last summer. It's like, you go swimming. It's like, well, this could be potentially the last time I go swimming in my entire life. Like, obviously, I don't believe I'm going to die anytime soon. I'm doing everything that I can to stay alive. But being in the situation, those thoughts still occur to you. And sometimes you get stuck in the everyday, like, boring shit of having to get up and eat and, not get blisters on your ass. And all this, basically life, you have to live. Doesn't matter if you have stage 4 cancer, you still have to live. You got to do what you got to do to live, to survive. And that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I get lost in that. I just forget to be appreciative for everything. So I guess, wow, I just backed myself in a corner because now I have to be appreciative for the calluses on my ass. And I don't know how to do that. Yeah. So anyway, that's why I'm sharing this. That's why I'm being so blunt and upfront and honest and open, because I believe if everyone was this open and honest, the world would be a better place. So I'm trying to lead by example. I'm trying to do what I can do. And also maybe it's my way of leaving a legacy, because in my situation, I don't know how long I'll be here. So at least I'm sharing what I can while I am. And hopefully there's a few people out there at least who see this and who get value from it. And if not, well, at least I'll die knowing that I did what felt right to me. Whether it's, in a couple weeks, couple months, couple years, or 100 years from now. I don't know. But at least I can get to my deathbed and not have any regrets. So that's why I'm doing this.